Hello, everyone. Today's topic is we're dating, now what? I get asked this question so often. You meet this wonderful person and you want to know, what are the next steps to spend the rest of your life with this person? And my biggest tip would be to just pretty much be honest with this person. I feel like a lot of times women, we get in this relationship and we act we do stuff that we normally wouldn't do. We don't tie up our hair. We cook breakfast every morning. We give these long massages. We just do stuff that we know we are not able to do on a consistent basis, pretty much. So for me, I feel that do not do anything that you will not be able to do forever. And if that means that, okay, he comes home from work, and every time when you're dating, every time he comes home from work, you give him these nice foot massages, or you give him a at-home pedicure. If you know you're not going to be able to do that for the remainder of your relationship, why start it? Or be honest and create maybe a date that, maybe once a month, the first Saturday, that you have in-home pedicures, or he has like a nice spa day. I feel like the biggest problem is that we get in these relationships and we start doing stuff that we cannot continue to do. And for men, they see it as, okay, well, when we first met, you used to do all this stuff. Now what happened? At night you wrap up your hair, you don't wear that sexy lingerie. You're out with your friends. When I first met you, you would stay and watch the game with me. Never do anything that you will not continue to do on a consecutive basis. Always think about stuff before you do it, because trust and believe, a man is going to expect that all the time. Set boundaries early in a relationship, and you also have to trust that person. If you do not trust the person you're with, it is not going to work out at all. You have to learn how to trust that person, and also learning how to accept what they're bringing to the table. If you're accepting a man who already has children, and at first is not a problem because maybe you don't think the relationship is going to get serious, those are key things that you should take into consideration when you meet that person. Okay, he has children. Is this something that I'm willing to accept? Dealing with his child's mother, forever. Because I feel like a lot of times, once a man, he proposed to you, it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't think all of this was going to happen. Now I really have to accept. Now I really have to be a mom to this child. So really think about, prior to getting in a relationship and when you start a relationship, what you're able to accept and what you're not able to accept. Also, I wanted to share that, get wisdom for people who have been in relationships for a very long time. Always ask questions, and communication is the key from dating to marriage. If you do not have communication in your relationship, it will fail. So start your foundation very strong with communication, setting guidelines. If you have a problem with him going to his friend's house 3 times a week during football season, speak up and say it. Don't try to get in good and you're like, okay, I'll do whatever I have to do to get a ring. No, be honest with him, set those boundaries, and so forth. If he feels the same way about you, he should be doing the same thing as well. But you have to take the initiative and speak what is on your mind, because a lot of times men, they'll hold it in and they'll bring it'll come out in an argument or a disagreement, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I never knew that bothered you, and so forth. So just definitely be honest with that person. Communication is key. Set boundaries and know what you want out of life. If you know that this person is not meeting your standards, then you should not be with that person. Don't put 5-10 years in a relationship that is not going to flourish. Be very realistic with yourself. And if you have any questions about this topic, you can always send me an email at the email address below. I just wanted to give you guys a quick insight to my thoughts on, you're in a relationship, now what? But I'll do a part 2, and definitely feel free to contact me in regards to this topic. Thank you and have an awesome day.